car is he used to live in Yonkers, and then when we moved to Rockland County, New York, my mother and her sisters used to go down to Yonkers and visit my great grandfather, and they used to take him in the car, this Buick, was it Buick what again?
A Roadmaster.
Roadmaster, and they used to go to the beach every weekend, which was pretty cool. So my mother is actually pretty excited, which is my uncle's sister, very excited about us bringing this car back to life, which is really cool.
Yeah, looks like it's a tender moment for you. Are you choking up a little bit?
Yeah, because I didn't know much about my grandfather, I really didn't. So I've been talking to my mother the last couple of nights about him, and it's pretty interesting how his character was, how my grandfather's character was, and now how my uncle is. They're very similar people. Very strong-headed, very business-oriented, love to use their hands. So it's weird. I think living through my uncle, well, kind of living next to my uncle, who's my great-grandfather. So they're all pieced together. It's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So if you're just joining us, welcome everybody. This is the Orange County Choppers Live. This is actually the I Love Mikey show with cousin Nick. However, today we got a special treat. Paul Sr. is joining us. He's going to be answering your questions. So he's on his way up. He was down working with Christian still, and they're getting finished up, and then he's going to come up here and answer your questions. But right now, we got cousin Nick talking about the 51 Buick Roadmaster project that they're working on up at Senior's Garage, which was a replica of the car that was your great-grandfather.
Great-grandfather, John Paul. His name was John Paul.
Here he is. Mr.
Great-grandpa's name
Paul
was John
Sr.
Uncle Paul?
Pull my pants up first.
Was it John Paul?
My pants fall down all the time.
Great-grandpa. Your grandfather. It was John Paul, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it was John Paul.
Is that where you got your name?
Okay.
See? Awesome. Isn't that cool?
That's great.
There you go. Let me make sure that. There we go.
Okay.
You done for the day?
I'm done now. I'm
You've
shot.
been non-stop, man.
I'm shot. Bad mood. Better
What
not
were you
ask-
working on today?
Better not ask me the wrong questions. All right? Just kidding.
Yeah.
What was I working on today? Been working on the same bike for the last 3 days or 4 days. So tried to build a sissy bar today, and I screwed it up 3 times. Not happy. Sucks.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you really are working hard lately, though, man. Non-stop. Feels good, though, doesn't it?
That's the first time I had coffee in a while.
Gonna zip you up.
All right, what's going on here, man?
All right, so we
Questions,
had a
answers?
bunch of questions coming in. Yep.
Okay.
So we're gonna start answering those.
Okay.
So somebody was asking when you were like, what is the worst wreck you've ever had on a bike? Have you ever laid one down or?
Yeah, three times actually. I think the worst was actually, and it really explains a lot, is I actually hit. I had a few drinks, maybe 1 or 2.
Too many.
Maybe 3. Anyhow, I hit a curb, and I flew off, and it was a pretty big tree there, and I hit the tree head on, and it cracked my helmet, knocked me out, and I had a concussion, and I haven't been right since then. Really. A lot of shots to the head. I had a few more, but we don't have enough time. We only got an hour.
Yeah, we need a whole week for that.
Okay, so somebody wants to know if Mikey is going to be part of the new show.
Mikey is definitely going to be part of the new show. Mikey works here, has been working with me now for probably,
Close to 3 years.
yeah, maybe 2-3 years. So
Yeah.
we have a great relationship. I'm really glad that Daddy's back. Yeah, he's doing really good. Right now he's on like a charity crusade. He's going down to Virginia and raising money. I can't remember the name of the charity group.
Chiari?
because I've been
Chiari?
hitting the head too many.
Conquer Chiari.
Yeah. So I'm very proud of him.
Conquer Chiari. Yeah. I think he just landed in Virginia today.
Shut up, all right?
Senior, Dave Lee wants to know, with Pearl Harbor anniversary this week and your love and support of the military, what was your favorite project you did with the military theme?
POW. POW bike, yeah. Let me just take this thing out of my ear.
And that bike,
What?
What?
that bike is that here?
Yeah,
At
it's
Shop
here.
Still?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Actually, that was the highest rated show on Discovery. That, I mean, through the years of filming, it was the highest rated show.
And what drew you to it so much?
Just Vietnam veterans, you know, and the recognition that they didn't get, and to bring their awareness. Yeah, it was a horrible war. I mean, not that the wars today are any better, but that was a long, drawn-out, unnecessary war, and I just feel that the veterans didn't get what they should have got for what they did.
Well, then it's really cool, you know, like how when veterans come in here and see that, it's like a moment of silence by the bike. I mean, it means a lot to them that you did that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that. I think we've done a tribute bike to every branch of the military. So, yeah, I just think that what they do and the recognition that they get is minimal to what they should get.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as me or OCC, I think that we try to promote the recognition and the appreciation.
Okay, so Michael Gips is from Germany, and as you guys know, in Europe, they ride scooters. He wants to know, will they ever see an OCC chopper style 50cc scooter that you'll sell in Germany?
No. Next.
There you go, Michael.
Thanks anyhow, Mike. Good name.
Where are the dogs?
The dogs are at my house right now, all 4 of them. I have an English Mastiff, 2 Bull Mastiffs, and I wind up, all rescue dogs, and I wind up rescuing, I was down in Florida, this little mutt that seems to run the household now. But what's really funny, my biggest dog is the English. She's probably 180 pounds, and she's probably 40 pounds. And she just, they kind of love each other, you know what I mean? And it's just like very, very irritating because they're nonstop. But I love them all.
We got a lot of people saying you're looking good. Time has been
thank
good
you.
to you.
Well,
Rob Dempsey would like to know, how's Junior?
Junior's doing good. He really is. I'm really proud of him too. He still has Paul Junior Designs, and he had a baby, and things are going really well for him, and I'm really glad for him.
Nick, Philip Nask is saying, do some work.
We're off the clock, Phil.
Eddie Johnston wants to know, what do you say to high school kids who want to go the mechanical route?
I personally think it's great. College is okay, but it was never okay for me. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody, but I think that the trades I think people forget about the importance of trades. Everybody's looking to do different things, but I think that a lot of more so people that have trades, I think that they at least from my era, that do a lot better today than most of the people that I know that went to college.
Well, that's when I was in school. They used to have what's called ICE programs. They actually sent kids into work in shops half the day.
Yeah.
And you don't even hear that anymore. It's like everybody wants to be accountants and.
I majored in wood shop.
Yeah.
I took 4 classes to graduate. Yeah.
So Patrick Harbinson wants to know, what bike out of all the bikes that you built is your favorite and why?
The next one.
The next one. That's a good answer.
Nice.
I always say that.
Obviously, Jay says, obviously you guys are massive worldwide. How do you take into account the different regulations when building for different countries around the world?
It's pretty weird, man. we're doing work in. Been doing a lot in Europe, parts and just a lot of business transactions over there. But especially in Germany, they're really strict there. Every part has to be turf approved. So it's they don't mess around over there, man. Not like over here at Sound. Everything's they're definitely strict over there.
David McCormick wants to know, what are you doing over the holidays?
Probably not too much. You know, I'll go see my grandchildren. Probably eat a meal over there. Spend some time also eating with my girlfriend, and pretty much that's kind of stuff. You know, I'm not really a jolly guy.
Love to eat though.
I do like to eat.
Merrill Nelson, Merrill, I think. Talk about the Buick. Is it the same car or a different one like your great grandfather's? That needs to be your.
No, it's the same car.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same car. I made sure it was too. Like I had to look around to get that. I forget where I got it from, Maine or someplace like that. But yeah, it's a Buick Roadmaster, power steering, air conditioning. So yeah, that's exactly what he had.
And that was your grandfather, right?
That was my father's father, yeah.
Yep, and your great-grandfather. That's pretty crazy. So how does that feel for you?
What Mom was telling me, your sister.
Don't ever put your hand towards me.
Come on, let me get a little sentimental for a minute. But she explained to me that he was a lot like you, or you were a lot like him. Working with your hands, self-made man. He owned a restaurant.
Yeah, that's true.
Owned a pool hall. Owned housing, cement, built houses.
Yeah.
What was the cement? Did he make a pool for you guys out of cement?
He did, as a matter of fact. I don't know how you knew that.
Mom told me that. But then she was also telling me with the car.
Tell Mom she talks to damn Mom.
Well, she does. That's where I get it from. Was she saying how they used to go to Orchard Beach a lot in that car?
Orchard Beach, yep, that's true.
So I think that was pretty cool.
Good going, Nick.
He was a big man too, like you. Right?
That's right.
Big hands.
Not as big as me.
I don't know where he gets it from, man.
John Osinga says, Paul Sr., I always wanted to thank you for the signing a ball cap for my son who is serving in the military and is currently deployed to the Middle East. He wears the hat as often as he can to remind him of home and that America is still strong, just like OCC. Thank you.
That's cool.
Tell him I'm proud of him.
That's cool.
That's really cool. All right. Mark wants to know, Senior, when your kids were little, what did they want to be when they grow up, and what did you envision them doing when they grew up?
Oof. Oh.
Repeat that?
So what did you want the kids to be when they grew up, and then what did they become?
You know, I never really had high expectations of what I wanted them to be. You know, and I always gave them the option. You know, it was at one point it was either, you know, if you want to go to college, that's fine, or do you want to come into the business? You know, and they chose to come into the business, so they seem to do fairly good. It's a good decision.
Any chance of you guys coming to Asia, particularly Singapore?
You know what? I don't know. I'm trying to think where I was in China about 4 or 5 years ago. Where the hell was it?
Malaysia?
No, it was in Malaysia too. Malaysia was cool. What's like the
Beijing?
Yeah,
Beijing?
it was Beijing.
Bland. It's pretty cool.
Plan to go back?
I'm not really that crazy about flying anymore, you know.
Yeah. No, I
I'd
get
go.
that.
I'd go, but right now I'm spending a lot of time in Europe,
Mhm.
which is cool. Europe is pretty cool.
Yeah, you're
Italy.
actually talk about Italy.
Yeah, we're going to Verona in January, and we're launching a complete new clothing line and merchandise throughout all of Europe. So it's pretty exciting. It's one of the biggest shows that are out there in January. So I'm looking forward to going there.
Okay, well, I'm going to play a video really quick to show people.
Okay. Everybody's listening. Can't can't see.
Hey guys, we got some exciting news for you.
Mike and I will be heading over to Verona, Italy.
For the Motorbike Expo 2017, we'll be there with our exclusive partner for apparel, Burning Rubber. You can check us out at Hall 316F.
With loads of Orange County Chopper gear, so come check us out.
No, I think I know that.
When did we shoot this?
Yeah, when did you shoot that?
That,
Oh, we're back. We're back.
that was pretty weird, man.
That's cool, right?
Yeah. 2 months ago, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, around 2 months ago.
Senior, from Aaron Kennedy, what is the proudest moment since you established OCC?
Being Make-A-Wish of the Year in 2005.
And what was it about that?
Just was special, you know, those kids are special to me. Still very involved with that. And, you know, we were picked over Disney, which is,
Wow.
don't get better than that, you know.
Yeah.
And they're great, you know, it's just a great, it's a great foundation to be part of. And, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Farzam Far. Which bike was the most difficult to build and why?
I'm not so sure if we did it on TV, but we built a bike like for a funeral where you carried the coffin, and man, that was tough. It was hard to get the balance on that, you know. And it was a really cool project, but that was the toughest project we probably
Yeah, no,
did.
I saw the concept.
Yeah, it was
of
pretty cool.
Yeah. So we have some footage that we're going to show of the new show, the web show that we're working on, and if you want, like while it's playing, if you can talk about what you're doing in the scenes, you'll be able to see it right there. So.
Will they be able to hear me?
Yeah. Yep. So here
Can
we
you
go.
hear me now?
They can hear you now.
Good.
Good. I'm driving my car there, and the motorcycle is following me. Fuck, man. Okay, that's our shop right there. Actually, the side shop. That's where our deliveries come in, and what happens is the bell that they ring, and nobody ever answers the door.
Nobody wants to run
It's
through
quiet.
Nobody
It's
answers
like
the door.
bing bong.
it. No, we hear it. Just nobody wants to go get it. Oh, there's the bike you're bringing over.
Yeah, so there's the bike you're bringing in.
Okay, so there's the bike I'm bringing in. Basically, that's like a barn find type of shovel head that we're going to restore or just modify the whole bike. And that's what we've been doing a lot of, is just getting some of these older bikes and just, you know, putting all as much new stuff on them. And, you know, the end result is we're either building bobbers or, you know, just customizing them a little bit.
And that's the sissy bar that you were working on today. That was for that bike, right?
Yes, this sissy bar I was building today was for that bike, yeah.
What was Michael doing there?
I don't know.
He was.
He was selling to you? Or something, probably.
Good old Mikey.
There he is. Look at him. I like that shirt on you.
Oh, great.
Do like a voiceover of you.
So this is actually when Christian
That's a
saw the
bonding.
bike for the
That's a
first time.
bonding
He loved it.
right there, me and Mikey.
And this is when Christian first saw the bike.
Yes, yeah, and then pretty much we were just kind of going over what we can use on it, what we can't use, and what we have to do, and you know, it's quite a bit of work, but you know, you can buy those basket cases for a little bit amount of money, and then if you put a little bit more into it, you could sell them for a decent price. And right now, the motorcycle business is not setting the world on fire, so.
Do you feel it's easier to do a rebuild like that than to start from scratch, or would you rather start from scratch?
I don't mind. You know, I like doing those kind of bikes because they're shovel head and stuff. So, you know, whether you build them from the ground up or you're almost building them from the ground up when you're redoing it, because when they're done, they look brand new.
Right.
I don't remember.
I don't like elevators neither.
You making nothing up, dude.
Okay, that's downstairs in the graveyard.
That's like there's a bunch of parts down there. I had never
Yeah,
seen
there's all the same thing, you know, when we buy parts on eBay or whatnot, and just kind of collect them for when we do the type of builds that we're doing right now. So we have a lot of everything.
That's when Mikey's phone went ping and he said he had an idea.
Yeah. He's following me.
Right, bro? Huh? I got it from the store.
There's a frame that's an old frame that we had downstairs that we're gonna use to transfer some of the stuff that we have on there's Finch.
Yep.
The old mascot with the OCC shirt on there.
His new Beatles haircut.
Yep, yeah. He's Mikey's buddy, boy. He loves Mikey. And there's our elevator going up. Ding, ding.
I think that I paid $25 for it, right?
Okay, there I am.
Yep.
Well, I finally made the big screen.
Okay.
So we got more questions coming.
We do. So where's Mikey at right now?
Mikey's on his way to Virginia with his buddy Al, which really scares me.
Me too.
Yeah, they pulled in here with a fifth wheel. You went inside of it. What'd you think when you walked in there?
No comment.
I know, right?
No comment.
Ugh.
Thank God that it's a kind you hook up to the back of the truck, and they're not actually driving in it, so
Yeah.
it makes it a little bit better. And I don't really want to know much more than that.
I think we both need tetanus shots now.
Got any more?
Yeah, we got a lot come through. A lot of them are repeats, so I'm just trying to find some good ones here.
I can answer repeats because I forgot what they said last time.
They want you to come to Connecticut. It's like if you're in Connecticut, come here.
Okay.
True.
I like Connecticut.
Darren wants to know if he needs a job. He's one of the best motor mechanics in Australia. Will you hire him?
Those overseas relationships don't work out too good, you know.
It's a long
But I'm
trip.
sure he's a good mechanic, and a lot of fans in Australia, and we've been there a few times, had a great time.
So a lot of people are asking about the new show. Can you talk about it?
The only thing I can tell you about it is that you're gonna have to watch it. Actually, it's interesting because a lot of the people are expecting to see the same thing that they've seen for the last 14 years. You know, so it's not that at all. It's a lot about some of the things that I've experienced in life. We're building bikes, but we're doing it's totally different than the other shows, so I think everybody's going to love it.
You guys want to touch on about this Saturday, Santa Claus?
Yeah,
let's
do
touch
that.
on that real quick while we're going through some
Questions are just
Good.
exploding.
People are
Yeah.
interested. It's great. It's great. Santa Claus. This is what, 12 to
Don't
9?
ask me nothing, all right? You guys ask me the questions,
Jimmy.
all right?
I'll be the elf.
So, what is Santa Claus?
Good kid.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Santa Claus is something that we've been doing for, I don't know, the last 4 or 5 years, and I'm the vice president of the SPCA non-kill shelter, which is right around the corner here, and my girlfriend is the president. So, a lot of these dogs need homes, and so we have this show here, or whatever you want to call it, and I get dressed up as Santa Claus, and these guys get dressed up too, and if anybody watched the show that we did, the reindeer bike and the sled, and everybody, they bring dogs over here, and hopefully they get adopted, and it's a good thing. I'm really a dog lover, and and very involved with that. So it's a great time, and you know, good things happen.
And you're going to be on the sleighs all set up with the reindeer bike.
Yeah, I get to be in the sleigh there, and then they bring like these huge dogs, and they stuff them in there with me, and
I
then
saw
they start fighting. And
Yeah.
I saw a guy with a bear cub.
Really?
Did
Oh no, that wasn't that. But yeah,
No.
they bear cubs and even lions,
That's awesome.
baby lions. That was very cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Oh my.
Jason Cagle wants to know, what are you benching these days?
Nothing. You know, I'm shot from all those years of heavy lifting, so I really work out light and I work out fast, and just kind of maintain. But I did bench 455.
When did you
Oh,
become
wow.
so humble? You're still strong as an ox, man.
Yeah, I'm still strong, but not. I don't.
got
I just don't do heavy weights anymore because everything hurts. You know, from
does.
all those years of lifting heavy.
It does hurt. You got those heavy hands.
Michael DeMarzo wants to know, what motors do you recommend for your bike builds and why?
We use mostly 90%, 95% S&S motors, and we use them because they're a good motor, you know. And you know, through the years they've improved, and you know, we probably have 1% comeback, which is important to us. So, yeah, I think that they're a great motor, great motor, yeah.
I'll give you $50, Mike said, if you save off the stash right now.
Tell them I've been offered 50,000 and haven't done it.
How long have you had that, actually?
God,
God.
I've had it over 50 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, over 50 years.
Do you even have to shave it anymore, or does it just stay like that?
No, I trim it
Yeah.
once in a while, you know.
Jackie says, you've always had some amazing experiences. Anything else you'd really like to do?
I guess, you know what, I've met a lot of people. There's a few people that and I'm not really starstruck at all, but there's probably, I mean, I'd like to meet Clint Eastwood, would probably be cool. Who else? Jack
Nicholson?
Chan?
Nicholson. Yeah, Jackie Chan. Jack Nicholson. That's probably, those are two pretty cool people that, you know, that I at some point wouldn't mind. You know, De Niro would be cool.
Yeah.
Those couple people, yeah. Not a
Yeah,
lot.
what is he like about Clint Eastwood? Is it just because of like the spaghetti westerns? Were you a fan of those, or?
He's probably a real cool guy. You know, he probably is what he is. Same as on TV. He just, you know, he's kind of like, you know, he's like from way back. You know what I mean? The guy is, I guess he's the silent type. You know what I mean? He's always in good shape, and you know what? He's still doing it. You know, and he still looks good. And I know he's in his 80s.
Yeah, he's actually one of my favorite directors. He's a great movie director.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, he is. Yeah.
His 80s?
What?
He's
He's
in
in
his
his
80s?
80s. Yeah. Check it out, dude.
That's where I am, John. Lugal.
So, Paul, then, who are some of the people you've met that you really enjoyed meeting the most?
Bill Murray was probably the best. Definitely the funniest guy. Geez, I don't know, a lot of athletes, you know, Shaq. Really, so many people that I've met. You know, David Letterman was, I think I was on his show 11 times.
He loves you, doesn't
Yeah, he was a cool guy. But I don't even remember anymore. I mean, we've built bikes for so many celebrities. Will Smith, geez, the New York Giants, I mean, on and on. But I think Bill Murray, Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a really cool picture that you have down
Yeah.
there with the.
I ate lunch with him at his house.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of funny too. David Letterman, as soon as he got off TV, he looks like, I mean, not homeless, but his beard, he just like,
He doesn't care.
no. I think it's totally cool. He's like, I'm not on TV anymore. No more suits.
Doesn't care.
Good for
Funny
him.
guy. Funny guy.
86.
He's 86.
86, wow.
Ralphie Toodle wants to know, is it true that let the guys from Duck Dynasty came for a visit and it broke out in a fight and the OCC guys won the fight?
Yes, definitely.
If that happened, say that again.
So
Shut up, right?
the guys from Duck Dynasty came for a visit and you guys got in a fight and OCC won.
That's what would happen. I mean, it didn't happen. That's what would happen.
Right. They'd
For
come
sure.
would come with beards and leave beardless. Right?
Beardless.
Exactly. And it wouldn't be from the razor.
They were at the Trump Foundation. Did you know they were there when we were there? Afterwards, when we left, there was a picture of they were there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So
They're
people are
lost.
still asking, are
That's
you bringing
right.
back the show? We already covered that, but if you could talk more about the show.
I mean, I think I said most. That it's definitely a totally different twist than it was, and I don't think people. I think people definitely want to see something different. So,
How's the Dan Shepard wants to know, how's the electric bike coming along?
It's done. It's a pretty cool bike. Totally different, light bike. It wasn't, maybe a 40-mile-an-hour bike, but we've done a lot of electric bikes, and one of them holds 2 world records, and it still holds them. So, we went from 50 miles an hour to 250 miles an hour with electric bikes.
Joel Wade wants to know, he says he used to watch the show when you were in the original shop. Do you miss the smaller setup?
I thought it was cool. I did like it. It's. I think they're going to find that the show that we're doing now is kind of has that feel to it.
I agree. Paul says, since the show finished, do you go through less doors in your office?
Less, but we still go through them.
Yeah. Mikey just punched a hole in it during the
He
Christmas
did.
thing.
He
during
did.
the
Yep.
Cyber Monday. Keith wants you to name something still on the bucket list or a bike that you would like to build.
Well, I've done a lot of things, so it's like hard to. I think I think a Batman bike would be cool.
Yeah,
To
I would
build.
like to see a Batman.
That
bike.
would,
Yeah.
I knew
Yeah.
you would.
Yeah,
That
I'm a
would be
comic
cool.
guy.
That would be cool. We had the Spider-Man already.
Yeah, the spider bike is. But a Batman bike.
Yeah, Batman. But we do have actually the bike that really really gave us the first recognition was the Spider-Man bike, and we sold that to Wycliffe. But last year or the year before, I bought it back. So we have it in our shop here,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
It is. I just sat on it got my picture taken.
That
a
was
couple
like
weeks ago.
16 years ago, somewhere around there. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, that's a beautiful bike.
kids love it.
Yeah.
Do you ever do any handicap bikes for guys? I know you guys did some
No, we
trikes.
have. Yeah, we've done the 3-wheeler for paraplegic and get up on the bike by himself and just roll in and with his wheelchair and lock in and head down the road.
Christopher Reeves too.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Which one? Oh, Justin Meehan. Where's Rick at?
Rick is at a Harley Davidson dealership in Pennsylvania. We were talking. Me and Christian were talking about him today because we miss him, But he's had a couple kids, and the traveling was too much, so he wound up getting a job out there. But we text back and forth. I just heard from him recently. Everything's good. He's doing good. But yeah, I do miss him.
AJ wants to know, how long have you been making bikes?
Since the early 70s. Yeah, since the early 70s, yeah.
What got you into it?
I had a partner back in the steel shop, in the steel business when I first started, that was from Brooklyn, and he started from the frame up, which was pretty unique back then. You know what I mean? To build a bike from and stretching the frame yourself and So I kind of got an interest back then, you know, because you had the welding shop, so many people couldn't do that. You know, they didn't have torches and weld and stuff like that. So that's pretty much when I really started getting involved in that.
Mike said, did you enjoy doing The Apprentice, and would you do it again?
That was kind of rough, The Apprentice. You know what I mean? It wasn't my kind of cup of tea. You know, it was. You know, the only thing I was good for that I thought I did really well was the resources. You know, when people needed something, I just made a phone call to the shop and was able to get them. But then I raised a lot of money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which was really cool. But I was shooting both shows, so it was kind of, you know, it was 7 days a week, and down there you were working from 6 in the morning till, you know, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
So what do you have to do? Do you have to go from here to the city, then back?
No, I stayed at the Trump Towers down there, but you know, it was nice to get home at least one day. So on Sunday I would come home, but I'd have to go back there. So it was pretty grueling, but you know, I got to meet, you know, Mr. Trump and his family, and that was a good experience for me.
Marcus Probst, who is the guy with the cap?
That's Nick Marconi, which is my sister's son, and she's not happy about it neither. It's about all I got to say about it.
Keep it short. Keep it short. No more
You
questions.
can tell
about
I
me.
love him, though.
As long as the love's there.
Yeah.
What about a hover bike?
A Hubbard?
Hover.
Like in the water?
Like flies.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Never really thought about it. I'm sure we could do it, though.
Like a drone bike?
Yeah, that probably would be pretty cool.
People are saying they miss the old times. Where are they going to be able to watch the new show?
I don't know yet. I'm going to have to, haven't really figured that out yet.
Somebody
You'll
said
see it, though.
a dirty Harry bike.
A Dirty Harry Burke. Say it again?
Who's Burke?
Yeah,
It's downstairs working.
Yeah. Anyhow, that would be a cool bike, yeah.
Rick Russo, if you could change one business move that you made, what would it be?
Hiring me.
Yeah.
Business move?
I don't know. I guess sometimes bigger is not better. So I guess if a little bit smaller would have been a little bit easier than it is today, you know.
Mm-hmm. Chris Gorsney, what kind of music do you listen to, and what's your favorite band?
I listen to a lot of Motown, 60s and 70s. Marvin Gaye is the man.
That's actually one of his songs is your ringtone, isn't it?
Yeah. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I'm Four Tops and Temptations and that. You know, when you get into the 80s and stuff like that, there's some of it I like, but I kind of got away from it. You know, when the 80s music came around.
If you were only able to ride one more time, what bike would you ride, and where would you ride it?
I have my chopper, which some people have seen, but it's pretty stretched out chopper. That's what I would ride, and there's nothing like riding in the Rocky Mountains. You know, I've done that quite a bit, but that's what I would do out in, Montana, Wyoming. Beautiful.
What's the
Absolutely.
longest ride you've ever gone on so far?
I don't really know mileage-wise, but, when I go out west, we'll ride for like 10 days, and we just ride and stop at night, get a good night's sleep, and get up in the morning and ride all day, so.
And when you're riding a long distance like that, what kind of bike do you prefer?
I like, I used to be into baggers and not so much anymore, but most of the time that's what I've taken when I've been out there. But last year we went to Colorado and I just took my chopper.
And how's that to ride for a long?
People think that it's looks uncomfortable and stuff like that, but I can ride distance with it and be very comfortable.
When you were saying something about your hands being up is more comfortable for you than down.
Yeah, I mean, it just, most of my bikes are either ape hangers or I have high risers on them, and it just, for me, it's a lot more comfortable holding your hand like that instead of, your back's more upright. So, yeah, I think it's, people think that ape hangers are hard to ride, but they're probably the most comfortable bars.
John says, will you ever build a wrestling theme bike?
I'm trying to think if we did one.
You did one for WWE.
We did do one
Yep.
for WWE. Yeah. Yeah. That's a yes.
Somebody said you should work with American Pickers and have them go out and find frames for you.
You know what? Not so sure I would work with them. Not that I don't even know them. They seem like really nice guys, but just kind of not my thing. But I've watched the show enough to see that those guys really do find some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Old bikes and stuff. Yeah.
Bob says, were your fights a hoax or scripted?
You can't make that shit up. Dude.
That's for sure. Let's see. How about doing a Seattle Seahawks bike?
We would do it. Show me the money.
What build, Wayne wants to know, what build would you say was your biggest nightmare to build?
I think we talked about that a little while ago. We did a bike for a funeral parlor, and we had to do
Yeah, the
the
balance
whole.
and stuff.
Yeah, man, that was a nightmare.
So yeah, and talk about you actually built a bike for Trump. Talk about that.
Yeah,
What's
we
that
did
like?
a bike. We did a bike for Donald Trump. Really nice bike. Really nice bike. I think the cool part about it was, I don't think he's really too much of a bike guy. And the deal was if I went on his show, and he would build a bike on our show. But I think that it kind of took him by surprise. I think his probably conception of a bike was probably like a Harley, And when we rolled in, had the red carpet down there at the Trump Tower, I think it blew his mind, And he still has that bike today, and he brings it to different areas where he's, doing business. So, and I think that he got a lot of social media from that bike. So yeah, it was a cool bike. It definitely was a cool bike. Very rich,
Yeah. Did you have one? Wally wants to know, Paul, would you ever consider riding from coast to coast for charity?
Yeah, I would consider it. Yeah,
And would you ride a chopper?
yeah, I would.
Dean wants to know, what's your favorite food?
Fish,
Fish? What kind?
cod.
Just like on the grill, or?
I like it on the grill, pan seared. Once in a while fried, but mostly. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat. So fish is. I like fish. And I like spaghetti, macaronis.
Do you grill the fish yourself?
I have. Usually my girlfriend does it though.
Yeah. Whose is better?
Hers.
That's what you have to say. Right?
Yes.
Do you still work out?
That aggravates me. When
I know.
Do I look like I? No, I do work out. I do work out. I've been working out for like 35 years.
Well, I just posted the video of you doing the bag the other day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. People like that.
I'm not too good at it, but.
Aaron says, my wife surprised me with a visit and all the staff were beyond welcoming. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Anytime.
Do you and Keith wants to know if you and Jesse James keep in touch?
Yeah. Not on an everyday basis, but we spoke on the phone last week sometime. But we always, every once in a while, send a text, just see how things are going,
Steve wants to know, what's one thing that helps you get through the stress of business and everything that happens day to day? Like what helps you get through it?
would be a tough question.
I'm looking at him.
I mean, working out helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the next question?
I mean, you seem to like movies, right? Do you watch movies to like relax or kick back or?
I don't really watch a lot of TV, to be honest with you. So no. I don't know.
Tom Gardner wants to know if Mikey's still painting.
A little bit, not as much as he used to. He doesn't have enough time anymore. I keep him busy.
John wants to know, have all the show bikes survived, and have any of them ever been in any accidents?
I don't know. I don't think any of them, been in accidents that I know of. We have quite a few bikes that we built on the show. We have them here downstairs in our retail store. So a lot of people come from all around the world to see those bikes.
Mm-hmm. The one bike I wish I personally could see is the Shack bike.
That's huge.
I mean,
That's a good point.
what was it like to
Huge.
build that? Because you had to measure
It
completely
was
different.
yeah. He wanted he wanted us to build a bike that he looked small on. That was a challenge.
Yeah, because I saw the picture of him standing next to you, and that just put it into perspective for me.
Yeah,
I didn't know he was that big.
He's humongous, man.
Luria says Paul Senior's shoes are really clean.
Actually, they're not, because Christian dropped the front end on me yesterday, and there's oil all over the front of them. But maybe that's what makes them look.
Let's see. Have you already done the ride of your life?
Have I already done the ride of my life? Yeah, I guess. I mean, like I said before, for me, riding out west is just, it's like being in heaven almost. You know what I mean? There's a town called Beartooth, and the Beartooth Run, which is the mountain's so high that you're in the clouds. You could start off on the bottom, like 90 degrees, and get up on the top. You're actually in a cloud. Temperature drops down to probably in the 30s. But you're up so high that when you look down at the road, it looks like a shoestring. But it's pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
So, is that, you wrote a book? Is that what that's about, or is it?
No, the book I wrote was a little bit about my life and a little bit about Orange County Choppers. I think someday I'm going to write another book too.
And that's kind of where the show's going, right? I mean, you're kind of stemming it off of that.
Yeah. I find that people seem to want to know a little bit more about my life, and there's so much of it, and there's so much history through all the years. A lot of the stuff that I've done and been through. So we're just showing a little bit more of that.
Mm-hmm. William wants to know, any chance of a biker build-off again?
Yeah, there's a possibility of a biker build-off.
What is your favorite classic car,
64 GTO.
and why?
Convertible 4-speed. I've always been a Pontiac guy. When I got out of the Merchant Marines in 1969 or whatever it was, I had a 68 GTO. But I'm a real Pontiac and Oldsmobile guy, so I collect 442s and GTOs.
My grandmother had one of those. Remember the Olds Tornadoes?
Yeah.
That looked kind of like a Corvette.
Front wheel drive, right? Weren't they front wheel drive? Yeah.
Those were pretty mean looking. I was
Yeah,
like
there's not a lot of them around.
What are your thoughts on the new Indian bikes that are coming out?
I think they're pretty cool bikes. I think that they look better from a distance. But they're cool. They're cool. I mean, I kind of still like a Harley over the Indian, but I think they're pretty cool.
Well, now we'll take the new Harleys and new Indians, but what about the old hand
Oh,
shifters?
the old Indians are really cool.
Did you think they're better than the old Harleys, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the Indians.
So a lot of people are asking where they can buy the shirts that you two guys are wearing.
This is really one of my. I wear this shirt every other day.
It's probably not that one, but
No,
No, it isn't.
but I do like this. It's a cool shirt, but you can get it online or you can come to our store and get it.
It's store.orangecountychoppers.com.
Where'd you
Luria,
get your
if you
shirt
want to put that in
Sure
there.
is. It doesn't fit it.
Paul,
Shut up! Don't ever talk to me again. Right?
Piece of fabric.
what is your feeling on the
knocking right
business
off.
environment?
You got to go to the
I
back.
gotta pee,
So
baby.
go.
All right.
Go in the corner over there. I would.
There's a slot machine right there.
Ding, 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 ding.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
I said, like, as far as bike builds, what do you feel like the business environment is for bike builds and,
What do you mean?
well, like, is bike sales and stuff, people buying motorcycles and all that, like with the economy and everything.
It's bad. I mean, for us anyhow. You know, we haven't been. That's kind of like why I'm going back to like my roots. You know what I mean, with the older bikes that people can afford. So yeah, in the last couple of years, it's been with the economy. It's been kind of rough. But I think Trump's going to bring that back.
Mhm. Timothy wants to know New York or Chicago style pizza.
That's a toughie, man. That's a tough one. I mean, I got to say New York because I am from New York.
Right. Talk about it. So you're from New York. Where are you from?
I was born in Yonkers, New York, and then I moved to Rockland County, and then when my son Paulie was born in 1974, we moved up here to Orange County.
And that's another thing. A lot of people think Orange County is in California,
Yeah,
and they find out you're in New York, and it blows their mind.
yeah. I got a tattoo on my arm that says New York, and during one of the shows, because of people always saying that, I did it on air. I had them tattoo the New York on there, but a lot of people still. Some people say we're West Coast choppers. Other people think we're from California, but we're from New York. New York.
New York. Who is your favorite employee and why? Hope you guys are all watching.
I would say Jason Poole, but I'd be lying. I don't- He's the best. I don't know. You know what? We have a minimal crew right now, and they're here because they're the best of the best, and I appreciate them all.
Do you drink coffee, and if so, how many do you drink a day?
I'm drinking a coffee now, but that's uncommon. I drink 1 cup of coffee in the morning. Pretty much. That's him.
I don't know what this. I don't know what that means. What's a normal day for you like?
Nah, a normal day for me is I don't get up as early as I used to anymore. So I used to be at work at 7. Now I get here between 8 and 8:30. But it's like as soon as I get here, either I'll go upstairs and throw the weights around a little bit, stretch out, and come downstairs and pretty much get involved in the day-to-day thing. There's different work centers here. We got the machine shop and the fabricators, and there's just a lot going on. So I kind of got to bounce around, and but my favorite is being out in the shop, tooling around with bikes.
One thing I've noticed being here is like a lot of people, bosses, they'll tell you to be there at 6 or whatever, but when the guys are here, you're here. You're
Yeah.
out there working. So.
Yep.
So the last question. Tell us all the animals that you have.
Oh my God. I have I don't know if there's that, but I probably have I'm gonna say 6 or 7 miniature donkeys. I have 2 mammoth donkeys. One of them has a 3-foot span between his ears. I have 1 full-size horse. I have 5 ponies. I have 2 dwarf horses. They're actually not even as big as my biggest dog. I have 2 sheep. I have 2 Highlander cows, which are really cool. I have like 5 goats. I have 2 pot-belly pigs.
Are the potbellies inside?
No, I have them in the barn up above.
Gotcha.
and a partridge in a pear tree.
I was gonna say that, man. You beat me to it. I swear.
Those
A lot of
Highlander
animals.
cows, I gotta tell you,
Huge.
those are some of the
cool.
coolest cows I've ever. They got really long hair.
And they're,
I thought they
and
were
they're
yaks.
females, you know?
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're females, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. But I thought they were yaks or something. I didn't know what they were.
Well, they look prehistoric because they got long hair.
Yeah.
They're very cool.
Are they pet? I mean, are they friendly?
You know what? They don't like to be messed with that much, but yeah, I mean, you can scratch them. But if you got food in your hand, they're going to come over and eat it. And then, you know, they would never. You can go inside where they are. They would never come after you. You know, they just don't like to be fussed with. You know,
Right.
Unless you're brushing them, then they like it.
As long as it feels, it's like a massage.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. You guys got any closing words for everybody?
Don't do drugs.
Oh, too late.
Yeah, so if you want to get updates on the show, go to occshow.com and opt in there, and that'll put you on the email list, and then it'll keep you updated and we're going to be sending down updates and exclusive pictures and videos and all that stuff. So that's at occshow.com. And we'll be back next Thursday at 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So everybody let's see, Santa Paws. So no, it's not. For some reason,
Saturday's
yeah, Saturday.
Yeah.
Santa Paws and Toys for Tots.
Yes.
Yes.
So come in and
We'll
bring
be
your
live
toys.
doing that too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
With the Jeep guys too, right, Jimmy?
Yep. Orange County Jeep Works will be here. It'll be a great day for everybody.
Yep. That starts at.
Starts at 12 and goes all night.
Yep. So grab your toys, bring them out, drop them off for the Toys for Tots, and come in and bring your pets and get your picture taken with
Yeah.
Senior and little elf Nick over there. You're gonna be an elf, right?
Yeah, Mikey's not going to be here. That sucks.
Yeah.
He's on the road. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
He's conquering Ferrari. So.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye, everybody. We're
Bye,
fading to black.
everybody.
Cool.
We're off.
Wow, there's like